for Thursday, the 19th of October. We've spoken recently about Citrix bugs in their NetScaler tools. The particular one that we're going to talk about briefly today is CVE 2023-4966 with a CVSS score of 9.4. It has been under active attack since at least August, and patches are available for this. However, it has been pointed out that simply applying the patch isn't enough to address the vulnerability. Any existing connections will remain in place even after the patch is applied. So the recommendation from Cisco is to drop all connections and then apply the patch and then allow connections to be re-established. It is, let me see, it is one of those things where a lot of organizations are struggling to keep on top of these sorts of things. This particular vulnerability, it comes after a slew of others that have been out in NetScaler stuff. And according to Shadow Server Foundation, there are still 1,300 backdoored NetScaler instances appearing in some of their scans. So NetScaler ADC and NetScaler Gateway installations are the ones that are affected by this, not the cloud instances. So even if you have patched, if you have not cleared down the authenticated connections, you are still vulnerable to this one. So that is one. If you're using this stuff, have a look, check, make sure that you are actually okay. Sonic wall vulnerabilities can lead to a firewall crash. So there are multiple vulnerabilities in Sonic OS management web interface and the SSL VPN portal. At the moment, there are no updates, or as of yesterday when this particular article was published at gbhackers.com, I was still waiting for updates to be available, and SonicWall are recommending administrators to only allow trusted sources to access the management interface and the SSL VPN portal. They're also saying, remember, multi-factor authentication is also advised. I can get I understand the recommendation, easy to implement. However, surely part of the point of an SSL VPN portal is that you don't necessarily know or trust where connections are coming from. Otherwise, there are surely better ways of VPNing traffic if you know and control the endpoints. But never mind, that's what they're recommending at the moment. There's a bunch of CVEs. I won't just read out a list of numbers, but they are all around the CVSS score of 7.7. Things like sort of stack-based overflows and stack-based buffer overflows and in various components and so on and so forth. So if you're running SonicWall, keep an eye out for patches, which I'm certain will be coming soon. And in the meantime, make sure that your devices, definitely the management interface, has no reason to be contactable by untrusted sources, as we discussed yesterday. Curious thing amazingly came across it on the BBC, who are not my favourite news organisation, haven't been for a long time, but there we go. But they have pointed this one out, which I think is rather interesting. The CIA has various means of communication for people to bring them information, intelligence information. So clearly, something which is, by its very necessity, it needs to be as secure as it can be. However, a glitch on the CIA's official Twitter account almost allowed a hijack of a Telegram account that could have been used by individuals wanting to pass information on to the CIA confidentially. So what happened is, so the CIA's got Telegram account. CIA's got an account on the system formerly known as Twitter. They put a link to their Telegram channel for informants, but due to the way that X shortens the URLs, it chopped the end off the URL. So the original link was to https t.me/securely contacting CIA. Okay. By the time it got published through X, it had been shortened to https t.me/securely cont, which was an unused Telegram username. Clearly, this is quite an oversight on the part of the CIA. Fortunately, the particular researcher that found this rapidly registered that particular Telegram username and put up a message saying it's not official, don't send any information here. As I say in the article, it's astonishing that the CIA hadn't noticed this, because that could definitely have put informants at risk, and could have ended up with all sorts of problems. So there we are. The lesson, by the way, from this one, not that I'm not particularly pro CIA or anything else, but the lesson from this is that just be careful with these link shortening algorithms. That we're all aware of the fact that when you look at these things, they can be a bit messy and you're not quite sure what lies behind them. So I think most people these days are quite comfortable to use one of these URL previewing services to see whether it actually is what you're expecting it to be, or whether it's some dodgy old website that's going to download malware. I don't think many people have thought about whether the link that gets posted actually is the link to your site. And this is a case where it definitely wasn't. Treat the link shortening algorithms with a certain amount of caution, and definitely double check them. A little bit of good news from WhatsApp. WhatsApp is introducing IP masking for calls. So, as you might be aware, there is a lot of interest in trying to identify certain users. Whilst it's possible to remain reasonably anonymous on most of these messaging services, you can be tracked to a location if the IP address that you are coming from is made visible. So end-to-end encryption, all well and good, but if people know where, if attackers know where you live, that's generally not a good thing. So WhatsApp is building in some IP masking technologies which will be available fairly soon, which is not a bad idea at all. And I think it's a step in the right direction for people using WhatsApp for purposes where privacy is important. Of course, the other side of it is if you have got a good, trustworthy paid for VPN service, your IP address isn't visible anyway. So a couple of ways you can skin that particular cat. Skinning cats always sounds like such a dreadful phrase. We won't skin any cats. We like cats. We like dogs as well. And I'm now starting to waffle on, so I will call that a day for today. Thank you all for listening, and I will speak to you again tomorrow.